on scene one. This story begins with a mad scientist. Spotlight on mad scientist. For years, he has attempted to develop
New Voices starts with classroom residencies. We visit high schools and middle schools each and every season. We're sitting down with those kids and we're asking them to write a 10-minute play. We're walking them through those steps of the different elements, conflict, clock, plot structure, how to write a great monologue. So all those great stepping stones that get us to writing a 10-minute play.
I've never written a play before. This is my first attempt at all.
Oh, cool.
So I didn't know anything, and Rebecca and Dan, they were so awesome, and I learned how to take a character and make it a person.
I hadn't had a ton of time, to think about some of the more minor characters, some of the characters who are sort of on the periphery, but especially with Zach, asking me, so what were these guys thinking here, and what were they thinking at this point? It sort of definitely made it more clear for me, what their motivation was, even though I had written it.
We're modeling the festival after the way we run the Humana Festival of New American Plays, which means that even though the writers in this process are young, we still want to put them in the driver's seat and let them sort of guide the process from concept to completion. So that means that, as is the case with Humana, we assign each playwright a dramaturg, and that person sort of acts as their window into the institution. The hope is that the playwrights are given the opportunity to weigh in on every aspect of the production, not only the script, but also how the costumes are going to look, what the set is going to be like. They have, a place in a rehearsal room and a relationship with the director, and I think that they're given a degree of authority and just control and just a voice.
I know one thing my dramaturg taught me was that at the end of the day, it's going to be based on how you want your play to be, and the audience is going to come across the audience as long as you have that confidence.
Talking with the dramaturg, there would be a lot of times when Lucas would just ask me a really great question, and it would make me find something or kind of expand a part or understand a part that was there that I hadn't really known was there.
I had a certain viewpoint of the play, and then other people who saw it, or my director, who was really great, by the way, everyone just sort of came in with their own little ideas, and I liked how they saw it differently than I did.
I think really in getting to work with a bunch of people who are really interested in making the play the best it could be, I got to see a lot of things, a lot of ways it could improve in terms of a finished work.
I had planned stuff out in my mind that I didn't even realize, like just backstories for all these people that you couldn't see so much in the play, but that were there and that we were able to kind of put in there to make the play more meaningful and give it more depth.
I'm blown away by these students, by the range of the work that we receive, both in terms of style and tone and all subject matter.
It's just amazing to me to see plays that were crafted by someone in a classroom, someone who never really thought of themselves as a playwright ever before, and did this maybe for a grade, maybe because they thought it might be fun, but had never ever in a million years thought it would be put on stage. And then they get a phone call and they get an email that them saying, hey, we're going to produce your play, and just watching that transformation for that student.
Okay, you do New Voices because it is the greatest experience of your life. Don't be afraid. I was a little bit nervous at first, but just, put yourself out there, write the best play you can write. We have a, awesome support team here. Everyone's just amazing. The final product is amazing. You're not going to leave, so just write it.
You're not going to grow as a playwright until you actually see your play performed. So you have to follow through as you're writing. Even if you have doubts about it, you just have to get it done and submit it because you have nothing to lose.
Definitely do it because it's a really worthwhile experience. It lets you see your play from different points of view. It lets you, it's really playwright focused.
I've never written a play before, so if I can do it, anyone can do it.
We just write it down, and then you get to watch it come to life, and that's one of the most fulfilling experiences I've ever had.